From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for The Debate.
You're watching The Debate, and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva, filling in for Arnab. And this evening, we are putting our spotlight on a huge story, ladies and gentlemen, that has moved from the north to the south. This is the Liquorgate scam, and this is a story that Republic has kept its top focus on for the last many months, as the story continuously has evolved. Now, what's really happened now is that Kejriwal, the daughter of the Telangana Chief Minister, has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate to appear before the agency for confrontation with another man who the ED arrested earlier. His name is Arun Pillai, and the agency says that he possibly was acting as a frontman for Kejriwal. But what has Kejriwal said? She has said she's going to be fully cooperating in the investigation. But she says, give me another date, because I might not be available before the agency this Thursday. Now, even as we are putting out this show this evening, the Enforcement Directorate still has not responded, but there is a lot of suspense on what happens in the national capital this Thursday, and that's going to be our first debate. We are tracking what's really happening, ladies and gentlemen. Is the Liquorgate scam now getting bigger by the moment? And what really has been the role of Kejriwal? How will she defend herself? Also, another big debate that we are bringing to you this evening is a story that Republic will be tracking for the next 4 days. It's a big visit. It's a big visit of the Australian Prime Minister. He is in India. He's going to be spending the next 4 days here. He's going to be meeting with the Prime Minister tomorrow. What is more about India's global outreach? That's the debate for you at 10, followed by another packed edition debate. That's the focus now shifting to the Northeast. You've seen the elections done, you've seen the chief ministers taking oath, but there is more to that story. And the question we are asking, who's putting the focus back on the Northeast? And then obviously you'll have to ask, who has been ignoring the Northeast ever since? But before we deep dive into our big debates, let's also get you a quick check of our headlines on Top of 9. KCR's daughter, BRS leader Kejriwal, is summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the Liquorgate scam. Agencies now putting their full focus on the South. Group investigate cartelization and alleged kickbacks in Liquorgate. India's big diplomatic move. The Australian Prime Minister all set to watch the India-Australia match with the Prime Minister at the Narendra Modi Stadium. In biggest efforts to mainstream the Northeast, the Prime Minister attends the Assam meeting. He takes part in the oath-taking ceremonies in all these 3 states.
मनीष सिसोदिया को सेल नंबर 1 में अपराधियों के खूंखार अपराधियों के बीच में रख के प्रधानमंत्री और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग मनीष सिसोदिया की हत्या की साजिश रच रहे हैं.
That is the Aam Aadmi Party for you making a big charge. They say there is a threat to Manish Sisodia's life in the Tihar jail. He is amongst dreaded criminals. Authorities have responded. They are rejecting that claim, and they say all security measures have been taken. And from the economic meltdown to political, look at these images coming in from the neighboring country of Pakistan. Shahbaz Sharif government failing terribly as complete chaos now grips Pakistan. So, ladies and gentlemen, Manish Sisodia is arrested. Another close aide of Manish Sisodia, Vijay Nair, is also arrested. Now, trouble is mounting for K. Kavita. The Liquorgate probe is getting wider by the day. The BRS leader and the daughter of the Telangana Chief Minister K. Kavita has been summoned. The agencies want to confront her with another man who is in the ED's custody right now as we speak. What are the allegations? The allegations are of a certain South group that was using a particular middleman to crack deals in Delhi. But the question obviously is going to be on your mind that how did this deal actually travel from the national capital to Telangana? What really has been happening over the last few months? Remember, K. Kavita earlier has been questioned by the agency way back in December. This time she's been asked to appear before the agency in person this Thursday. K. Kavita, as we speak, we're getting information that she's already landed in the national capital. And the Enforcement Directorate still has not spoken on her demand of having an alternate date for questioning. But there are crucial questions that all sides need to answer. Because tonight, the hashtag Liquorgate is exploding. Let's bring up the entire story, the voices we've picked up from the BJP that's hitting back at K. Kavita, and K. Kavita also, who's issued a detailed statement, and then we debate.
The Liquorgate probe is getting bigger.
अभी तक जितने इन्होंने आरोप लगाए हैं, एक भी आरोप में कोर्ट से राहत नहीं मिली है. अब दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ डिटेल. I do not wish to make any comment, but surely there are a lot of suspicious circumstances surrounding a southern connection.
Now BRS leader K. Kavita has been summoned.
We have already told many times that this is a politically motivated case. Except ED and BJP, nobody really understands the case that actually they have framed in Delhi in the excise policy.
A day after a Hyderabad-based businessman was arrested by agencies, the focus is on K. Kavita, top BRS leader, daughter of KCR, the Chief Minister of Telangana. Now, charges by the Enforcement Directorate against Kavita are serious. Now, according to the remand copy that the ED produced in court against Arun Pillai's custody, they mentioned that this South group, which has been the focus in the Liquorgate, Arun Pillai was working on direct instructions of K. Kavita, and they're also mentioning that 100 crore rupees changed hands as possible kickback in this case. The focus is on K. Kavita as she responds to the summons tomorrow.
The BJP says this was a long time coming.
Ms. Kalvakuntla Kavita was questioned by the CBI in the related case filed by the CBI in December. But I believe tomorrow the ED is going to be questioning her in tandem along with Mr. Arun Ramchandar Pillai to verify, to check the veracity of their respective statements, if they're going to contradict each other, and if their respective statements taken in tandem would be in line with the evidence.
The AAP is calling it all motivated action.
मैं तो ये कहना चाहता हूं प्रधानमंत्री जी से कि प्रधानमंत्री जी, अगर आप और आपकी पार्टी इतने ज्यादा नफरतों से भरे हैं कि दिन रात ईडी और सीबीआई का आप इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, सुबह उठो तब कोई एक खबर आ जाती है, यहां छापा वहां छापा, रात में सोने जाओ तब तक कोई दूसरी खबर आ जाती है, यहां छापा वहां छापा. आज पता चल रहा है तेलंगाना के मुख्यमंत्री की बेटी पे ईडी का नोटिस चला गया.
Arvind Kejriwal is holding protests. Previously, in connection with the liquor scam, this was what K. Kavita had said.
It is a well-known fact, right? That is the operation or modus operandi of BJP party. Wherever election comes, all the leaders in that particular state will be targeted, opposition leaders. 10 other MLAs, all of them are being targeted. I'm one among them. I'm not an exemption. You just like me so much, so you're giving me more attention.
The Congress has thrown its weight behind the probe.
हमें तो केवल बीजेपी से ये सवाल पूछना है कि जब आपकी सरकारी एजेंसियों को पता है कि जो नीति अरविंद केजरीवाल ने यहाँ लागू की, उस नीति को उनको समझाया तो केसीआर नहीं था, क्योंकि केसीआर ने इसमें बहुत कुछ उल्टा सीधा काम किया, बहुत सुना है धन कमाया. उसने इनको भी वो कहानी दे दी। तो ये दूसरे नंबर के इसमें हैं जो करने वाले हैं, पहले नंबर के तो केसीआर है।
It's clear Liquorgate politics has gone national. Let's debate.
To south, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the Liquorgate scandal is getting bigger. But what really will happen of Kejriwal? A lot of suspense in the national capital. She's touched down here, but we still do not know whether she's going to make herself available before the agencies tomorrow, or much like she said, this is a part of a political vendetta, and that's a question we'll ask Shehzad Poonawala, who's the national spokesperson of the BJP. That is the opposition being selectively targeted. Also saying good evening along with Shehzad to Ratan Sharda, who's a political analyst. I also do see Rajat Sethi. Also Manish Barrier, both are political analysts on the broadcast. Along with Hakeem Rizwan Elahi, leader of the Aam Aadmi Party. Also Akil Khan with us. He leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. And interestingly today, both the Arvind Kejriwal faction of the AAP and also the BRS are looking at very, very serious charges. Shyam Prasad Meka is leader of the Congress party. I'm not sure what the Congress will say and do about both the parties, considering that they've been fighting each other. But let me take the first question to Karthik Reddy, the spokesperson of the BRS. Now, Mr. Reddy, first up, will you tell us whether we will see K. Kavita making herself available before the investigative agency tomorrow or not?
Good evening, Deepthi. As you know, Kavita has asked for another day for the ED to allow her to attend the investigation, as she openly proclaimed that she would cooperate with any agency in whatever investigation that may be. But everything said and done, Deepthi, now the situation in this country has reached comic proportions. Before, the allegations on the BJP that BJP is using the agencies like their own watchman guard, now those serious allegations have reached comic proportions. I believe, let me completely finish my point before anybody interrupts. I made a list of leaders, opposition leaders in the country who have been vocal against the BJP. Mamata Banerjee, RJD's Tejasvi Yadav, AAP's Arvind Kejriwal, Uddhav Thackeray of Shiv Sena, DMK, Stalin of DMK, KCR of our own BRS, and even the Congress party. I pity them today that they're not taking the right side, but let us take their side at least. See, all these leaders have been vocally against the BJP. And let me tell you, against Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee was probed regarding a coal matter. RJD's Tejasvi Yadav's father, Lalu Prasad Yadav, was probed today for land for job matter. Arvind Kejriwal's man Friday, Manish Sisodia, was probed for the liquor policy. Uddhav Thackeray's own man, Sanjay Raut, was probed by the ED. Stalin's Kanimori, the 2G scam we all know. And today's KCR, our own KCR, Kavita is probed in the liquor policy. Even Sonia Gandhi, her own son Rahul Gandhi, has been probed in the National RL case. This is on the one side. On the other side, the Karnataka BJP MLA a few days back was caught, his son was caught with 40 lakh rupees. And ED has not yet landed in Bangalore, not filed any cases, not done any probe. This is the hypocrisy this country is facing. And the other point, do I need to remind you what happened to the Suvendu Adhikari's case? What happened to the Hemanta Biswas case? What happened to even Sujana Chaudhary, our own Sujana Chaudhary's case? See, these are the matters the BJP cannot avoid. This is a specific attack against the leaders of the opposition in this country. The agencies are let loose against the kin and close people of these parties because they want to operate this country out of fear. And one last point, let me remind the friends in the BJP that KCR is not a small fish. You're playing with fire. KCR is a man who has single-handedly is the reason why the state of Telangana is right now in existence. And if you believe you can treat KCR the same way as other leaders, you are playing with fire. Let me tell you that ईट का जवाब पत्थर से जरूर होगा. ये सब भूलेगा नहीं. हर एक चीज, everything will be given back with interest. And let me, one final thing, Deepthi. Let me also remind you all, especially the friends in BJP, that we are from Telangana and we do not back away from a fight. Please bring it on.
Interestingly, so you've played the Telangana card, much like K. Kavita, but in these 4 minutes that I've heard you say everything and allege a lot of things against the BJP, I'll let Shehzad actually bat for the BJP and also tell us more about the case in Karnataka that you spoke of, but only for your reference, because you've done a good amount of research, Karthik. But what you haven't told us is what the ED remand copy of this man called Arun Pillai says. So I'll just tell you 4 points. With your permission, it will not take more than 20 seconds. They say Arun Pillai represents the interests of K. Kavita. This is being alleged. Rupees 1 crore given to Arun Pillai on Kavita's instructions. The cartel created for a seamless kickback mechanism, kickbacks by the South Group in the garb of business operations. Can you just tell me one little thing? Who is Arun Pillai? How is he related to K. Kavita? I want to bring you back to the specifics.
That is the job of the ED to specify. I can allege anything, Deepti. That is for the ED to establish it. There is a problem here. Who is Arun Pillai? There should be a specific link between Arun Pillai and Kavita. You can't just throw names. You can't have the agencies just throw names and say, just because this gentleman has named you, now you're legally liable for all these allegations.
Does K. Kavita, Karthik, know of anyone called Arun Pillai? Because he's making a huge charge. So I just want to know what is the BRS saying. Does K. Kavita know of someone called Arun Pillai or not?
Let me establish I'm nobody to tell you the personal relationships of anybody. If there is any relationship or whatsoever, whatever the allegations that ED or CBI is making, it is for them to establish and ground those relationships. You can't just allege somebody and say, just because somebody knows somebody and just because somebody has taken the
But that is exactly why K. Kavita has been called, no, Karthik? That's exactly why the agency wants to confront K. Kavita with Arun Pillai. Now, K. Kavita says, I'm willing to cooperate. But in the same breath, she is playing the victim card. Because she goes on to say that we are people of Telangana, like you said, eat ka jawab patthar se lenge. But
Shehzad, we do not back away from a fight. What is wrong in saying
apart, Shehzad, why today all opposition parties in unison, Shehzad, are alleging selectivism? Isn't that a charge that the BJP is finding tough to defend? Can you tell me how many BJP leaders have seen action by the CBI, by the Enforcement Directorate, Shehzad?
I've heard patiently for the last 6.5 minutes. I hope I won't be interrupted in 6.5 seconds. I'll start with your question first. By the way, there are scores of leaders of the BJP. There is a leader in Surat who was raided by the IT. There's a leader in Gujarat who was raided by the ED. There's a leader in Karnataka that was raided by the income tax authorities. And our own MLA's son who was caught because our own Lokayukta has the powers. That is the structure we've created, and we did not defend anybody. When they were caught in the act of corruption, we took action. But now let me come to the main point. Now, you know,
is he still an MLA?
There is a Shishtachar.
Has the Chief Minister sacked him? Just a 2-second intervention.
Deepti, this is extremely unfair. You've given him 6 minutes. Yeah, please go ahead. Ask me the specific question, but then
I will give you 6 minutes. But I just want to know whether the Chief Minister Bomai has sacked him as an MLA or not.
From the party.
It's not the Chief Minister's position to sack anybody as an MLA. You should know Constitution doesn't operate that way. We can't sack him as an MLA. We can, of course, we can say that he has no longer any relationship with our party. But if you think that we can sack him as an MLA, then you should go and study constitutional law. That's not how it works. But yes, we have arrested the son and we have taken action, and the court has granted him bail. That is in the court's domain.
Shehzad, because I promised you I'll allow you to make your point, and then I will counter you. Because this is the problem with the BJP.
Please
the moment we start asking you tough questions, it gets difficult. Because, you know, then no, Shehzad, because, you know, this is a question that a lot of our viewers have also asked yesterday. And I must tell you that we were a part of a debate yesterday, and the BJP spokesperson decided to walk out of the debate.
Give me my chance to make my statement.
Because we were speaking about what happened in Karnataka. Now, this MLA, this MLA that I don't know whether you've sacked him, whether he's been suspended from the party or not.
I am speaking for my party.
I'm speaking here. He was holding a Vijay rally. Shehzad.
Okay. If he holds a Vijay rally, what can I do about it? We have nothing to do with it.
That's what he said.
Okay, now Deepti, let me come to a more important and fundamental point. we as a party, first of all, the institutions are allowed to function to take action even on our own MLA's children if they are indulging in the acts of corruption. We have not protected them. They are arrested. Nobody has said that he's Kattar Imandar. And from the party platform, we have taken all the action. And in fact, Himanta Biswa Sarma's name was also taken. Himanta Biswa Sarma joined the BJP in 2015. Here is the CBI that interrogated Himanta Biswa Sarma even after he joined the party. And then subsequently the matter went to court and the court has given him temporary relief. What can I do about that? Now let me please make my opening comments. I have answered each of the questions specifically. Let me make my opening comments. There is a bunch of people who have now said that it is their shishtachar to do bhrashtachar aparampar, and if they are caught by the courts, they say atyachar, atyachar. They play the victimhood cards and then they come on the streets and they threaten durachar like the spokesperson of TRS has done. Let me take each case specifically. Manish Sisodia went right up to the Supreme Court, got no relief. Satyendra Jain is in jail for the last 9 months. There are 3 court orders against him. The High Court order, the Trial Court order and another High Court order saying that he's done hawalabazi. He's being defended by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Mr. Vijay Nair has been in jail for the last 6 months. He has got no relief. The Sharab Ghotala, not a single FIR has been quashed by any of these leaders going to court and they have not got any relief. They say they are masoom. Let's go to the NCP.
Please.
NCP's Nawab Malik is in jail, kept by court. Please let me complete, madam. There are 5 opposition panelists. I have not been given even 1 minute to complete my statement.
But sir, you have to please answer my question.
You can have this debate without me also.
I'm asking you, can you name...
I have answered your question and you gave me the opportunity to make my statement.
Netas where there has been action.
But let me complete my statement. I will answer your questions for the next 10 minutes.
In your state of Karnataka, Shehzad, in your state of Karnataka, there are charges. You know, where contractors have committed suicide, leaving letters behind, even writing to the Prime Minister. Have we seen any action by the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI? That's what the opposition alleges. So how would you respond to them?
Yes. Now, Deepthi, please try to... do you promise to give me an opportunity to make my opening comment after I answer this new question that you posed to me? Do you promise that? Will you allow me to make my opening statement after I answer this question?
Yes, go on please, Shehzad.
Yes, if I answer this question, please give me 1 minute to make my opening statement. Thank you, Deepthi. I'm very honored and obliged.
Yes, that's a promise.
The question that you've asked me, ED steps into a situation... Yes. ED steps into a situation where there is money laundering. Every case of corruption doesn't involve the ED. There are corruption cases that take place where the police and the EOW can handle that. If there is money laundering under PMLA, that's where the ED steps in. If in any case the ED is required to step in, they will step in. They have stepped in several cases, like I pointed out to you, in Gujarat. Our own BJP leaders were raided by the ED. Income tax authorities raided leaders of BJP in Karnataka. I have the news reports. I can spend time showing it to you. But I hope you buy my word. I showed you action on Himanta Biswa Sarma also. Now, with your permission, madam, can I please make my 1 minute statement like you allowed the TRS representative 5 minutes to make a statement? Can I please?
I'll give you 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute,
all I'm
Shehzad.
saying is, when you interrupted me, I am deeply obliged, madam. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi's case started when Subramaniam Swamy went to a court and a private complaint was filed. The court ordered a case against them. They went up to the Supreme Court, got no relief. Manish Sisodia is in jail despite him approaching the Supreme Court. Satyendra Jain has been told by 3 courts that he's an hawalabaz. Vijay Nair is in jail for last 6 months because of the courts. Nawab Malik has been pronounced prima facie guilty by a court of law which says that he has links with Dawood Ibrahim. Every case, including the TMC's case, the SSC scam, CBI case was ordered by the High Court. Now, in all these cases, court has not granted them relief. How is the ED or the CBI to blame? Not a single court has called them a caged parrot, like it was called during the UPA regime. So when the agencies take action against the corrupt on court orders, you call them vindictive. Are the courts vindictive? Is the court vindictive?
Shehzad.
Okay.
It's very nice.
Okay, Shehzad making that fair point. Shehzad is making a fair point. No, Kartik, I think let's open this debate because we've heard both sides. We've heard the charge versus the counter charge. Before I get in Manish, Ratan and Rajat, let me quickly ask a question to Akil Khan and to Hakeem Rizwan Elahi who are speaking on behalf of the AAP. And then we'll also see what Shyam Prasad Meka has to say. Akil Khan, Shehzad has a point. He says if you have a problem, you approach the court. And when you go to the court, if the court does not believe that, Manish Sisodia or Satyendra Jain deserves any relief on the basis of the documents that have been submitted, the evidence that has been submitted, why are you crying foul? Where is political vendetta? Arvind Kejriwal said, कट्टर ईमानदार हैं. आप तो किसी की एक allegation भी लगती थी, आप कहते थे resignation दी थी. Satyendra Jain took months and months to resign.
Madam, Satyendra Jain, first I will discuss about his position right now. Satyendra Jain was produced before the judge, and the judge asked CBI, ED, what is the proof you have? And they could not give any proof, and the judge was changed.
Please do not try to distract the debate. I want to ask you, where is Satyendra Jain today? Where is he today?
You see, you must see in the...
Can you tell me where is Satyendra Jain, sir?
In the broader context, you must see the situation. And you ask me about Satyendra Jain. Judge has been transferred because they cannot produce any evidence.
Listen. This is casting aspersions. Where is the proof?
Let me tell you one by one.
Casting aspersions on the court. Akil Khan, do you remember the kind of allegations you leveled on a Sheila Dikshit?
You see.
Do you remember the kind of allegations you've leveled on almost
Sheila
anyone?
Dikshit,
And then you've gone and apologized to those netas.
Ma'am, let the law take its own course.
I have answered up number of times. This question you asked, apologize.
Yes,
it's the greatness of Arvind Kejriwal.
No, because there was no merit. Why don't you tell the people, Akil Khanji, why don't you tell the people that there was no merit in your allegations? You could not prove it. That is why you went for an out-of-court settlement.
There are many things happen, but 90%, 95% cases are right.
Listen. Akil Khanji, there is a reason why this story has moved from the national capital to Telangana. Now, I want to know whether Manish Sisodia and K. Kavita and this man called Arun Pillai, did they meet?
Okay.
Do they know each other or not?
Okay, let me answer your first question. That was Supreme Court. And what BJP spokesperson asked. Supreme Court has not objected to the Aam Aadmi Party's Manish Sisodia's request.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Supreme Court said, please come to the High Court. High Court, first you go to High Court. We will welcome you. We will welcome you after the High Court give you something. If anything wrong, you can come back again.
I asked you a question about Satyendra Jain.
This is the Supreme Court order.
Because you could not defend Satyendra Jain, you are talking about Manish Sisodia.
Now about Kavita.
But there is a problem. There is a problem. See, this Liquorgate scam has already struck the Aam Aadmi Party. Many say this is a Waterloo moment for Arvind Kejriwal. Is this going to be turning out to a Waterloo moment
you
also
can make
then for
any
KCR?
kind of wordings, any kind of statement, but the fact is that India is going down economically. It was developing nation, developing economy. Now Modi is converted to underdeveloping economy. This is the performance of Modi. They are diverting the attention from the real problems of the country. They are diverting. What about Adani? Hey, he has done so many lakhs of crores of rupees scam. What Mr. Modi is doing? Nothing. Because they want to divert. They arrested Manish Sisodia. They created this scam. This is nothing. Because LG
let us please have a focused discussion which illuminates the audience.
He must be arrested. He should be arrested, not Manish Sisodia. They are diverting. They are misusing the power. Modi days are numbered. Mojpa days are numbered. That's why they are worried. Bhaibit Janata Party has become very much Bhaibit. That's why they are doing all this kind of thing.
What you've done before I get it, what you've done is that you have proven that this is political. You cannot fight this case legally. You don't have facts, so you will say this is Modi targeting us. You will say this is Modi targeting us.
From the country, you see, 150th position in press freedom, India press freedom, 150th, 142 in per capita income. There, we are with African countries, those who are very much down in the list.
I don't understand. I don't understand which news, which is your news source. I don't know, but it's horribly wrong.
It is there in the Google. You can see everything. Government and international agencies.
No, Akil Khanji, listen. No, please, you cannot be doing this. See, if you have any logical answer, sir, 1 second. Please don't make me, scream on top of my voice. The problem here is, when the Aam Aadmi Party is asked a specific question, you will run away. You will run away. Because Arvind Kejriwal was batting. Arvind Kejriwal said, I don't want to listen to this, please. Let's get another panelist. Let's, Akil Khanji, let's get in other people. They haven't spoken. Let's get in other people, then I'll come to you for the second round. But let other people also have a voice. Shehzad, bear with me for 2 minutes. I want to quickly go to Rajat.
1 second.
Now, Rajat, you're watching this situation unfold.
I can't bear with you. I need to intervene. Very important.
Okay,
point.
quickly, 30 seconds. Quickly,
I need
Shehzad.
to intervene. It's a very important point. No, I need 5 seconds.
Okay, please go on.
I just need 5 seconds.
You will need
Akil Khan.
And others will not interfere with you. You have got the power.
You are a democratic party. No, please listen to other people. Please listen to them. Yes, Shehzad.
Can I please have your PCR cooperate with me?
Please.
Your PCR needs to cooperate with me. The panelist here has spoken and said Modi's days are numbered. Unless Republic stands by that statement, where he's calling for the death of the Prime Minister, I need this panelist to apologize for that statement before this debate goes forward. He has said Modi's days are numbered. You can rewind the tape. This man, Akil Khan, has said on national
He's just
television,
clarified,
Modi's days are numbered.
Shehzad.
Can he explain what he means by this?
He's just clarifying his comment.
What does he mean by this?
He's clarifying his comment. This is a political comment.
What does this man mean by this?
And I don't think this even dignifies a response. Leave it. He's distracting from the main issue, Shehzad. He's distracting from the main issue. He doesn't have answers.
the language of a jihadi.
He doesn't have answers. He doesn't have answers, Shehzad. That is proven. I want to go to Rajat. Then also Ratan Sharda and a representative from the Congress, Mr. Mecca, who's been wanting to come in. Now, Rajat, when you look at the entire situation unfold, in the run-up to 2014, in the run-up to 2019, and now in the run-up to 2024, would it be fair to say that political corruption has become the #1 headline right now? And there are parties who will have to now stand up and say whether they are with corruption, whether they are against corruption.
Well, Deepthi, let me apologize to your audience first for the kind of rubbish debate that I've seen for the past 5 minutes unleashed by the spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party, who is a clown, who doesn't know what he was saying or speaking against our Prime Minister. There should be some level of decency in public discourse. Now, moving to your important question, we've seen that over the past month or so,
Akil Khan, what are we doing? Please, I'm requesting you.
He's sitting in the studio. This doesn't mean that he has the leverage.
Akil Khan, please, you wasted enough time, sir, please. This is such a serious case, and just because you do not have answers to the serious factors that have been raised, you will deflect it.
For the past 1 month, we've seen that there is a clamor for opposition unity. So what I am seeing, and what a lot of you viewers would be seeing as well, is only plank of opposition is ED CBI. All of these corrupt people are all together on the same platform. There have been ongoing cases. You pick up any political party, right from NCP, you pick up Shiv Sena, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress Party, TRS, DMK, all of them are on the same plank, and the only plank of commonality is corruption. What kind of alliance would they form? When you foresee, there was a TRS spokesperson who was saying that this is, this is laughable matter. Is 100 crores of corruption a laughable matter? Especially from a party whose entire plank of political existence has been providing an anti-corruption government. That is their whole plank. And when they are falling apart, and the kind of allegations against Kavita are not, a laughing matter. There have been triangulating evidences which are with the ED, with the CBI, what is all in public domain, and very serious newspapers like the Indian Express have been publishing as to what is going on. This person who has been arrested from so-called South Group has been saying that I've had discussions with Kavita, and Kavita has spoken to Vijay Nair and to Manish Sisodia about the amount being given in lieu of certain, certain tenders and contracts for liquor distribution in Delhi. There is a clear, evident quid pro quo. What I fail to understand, what is there to defend? You should honestly come out on TV debates and say, let the probing agencies do their job. We will wait. We will see what they come out with, instead of blabbering on a show and making a mockery of their own party.
I think that's a fair point, Rajat, that you make, and I am really tempted to get in, Karthik back. No, please. Now? Akil Khan, are you defending K. Kavita on the panel? There is a BRS representative. Please let him do his job.
Now,
relax, sir. Now, Karthik, I want to understand from you. Karthik, the question is extremely simple. If K. Kavita has nothing to hide, She's never met, she's never spoken to this man called Arun Pillai, and whatever the ED remand copy says, according to you, is trash. I mean, what is the problem in appearing before the investigative agency and be done with it? I mean, clearly the agency can't fabricate evidence unless you believe that's how the investigative agencies work.
Yeah, that's how they're working these days. Anyway, before I answer to your question detail by detail, your panelist who just now patronized me and kind of lectured me how to behave and what not to be done, let me tell him, let's now also talk about Adani. Let the agencies take up the Adani issue also. You're talking of hundreds of crores.
The question is on K. Kavita, please.
Because they have nothing to
question is on K. Kavita.
When he's trying to
Unless you do
patronize
not
her,
want to talk about K. Kavita.
They will talk about
why doesn't he
Maharashtra,
just
they will
join the
talk about anything
BJP
under the
and
sun.
take up their side?
Talk about K. Kavita.
I did not
Can you talk
interfere when
about
you're talking
specific
about
relations that Kavita has with this man who's been arrested by the
The question is on Arun Pillai.
I'm not patronizing.
The question is on Indo spirits.
If you do not have the confidence,
The question is on the South
you should walk
cartel.
out of the debate, sir. There are enough able BRS people to come out and defend her leader.
You can't just
walk out.
patronize
You do not
us
have the defense,
and tell
but
us
you
what
do
to do.
not have. You cannot run away with the topic of the debate and start blabbering about Karnataka.
Relax,
Where was I
relax.
running away from a debate? I kind of handled
why
it
don't
the
you
minute.
take those
Specifically about
questions?
Liquorgate. That is the topic of the
Karthik.
debate. There is no other topic of the debate. Adani is not the topic of the
Yeah,
debate.
you
We have
can
debated
defer
it.
the debate the way you
I'm
want.
sure Karthik does not need
You
your
do
help
not have
right
any
away.
point to defend, sir.
Unless
That
you're
is why you
proving there is a
shy away.
deal.
You can
Unless you
defer
want to
the
prove,
debate the
see
way
that
you
there is a
want.
deal between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BRS. Karthik, do you need the help of the Aam Aadmi Party to defend you on the show?
Sorry, we can defend ourselves. We are quite capable to do that. And if there is any other party which wants to take
All
our
right.
side, we are very welcome.
That answers your
Because this is
question,
not
Mr.
an
Khan.
issue relegated to one state or one
Karthik,
political
simple,
party. This is a
straight
larger
questions,
matter.
please. Let's not patronize anyone. Simple, straight question, Karthik, that will be asked to you because, you know, I still have Ratan Sharda, Manish Barrier and Mr. Mecca who haven't spoken. But I just want to know, what is the BRS going to do? Why is K. Kavita wanting to avoid appearing before the agency?
No,
Why are you
she
not
did
telling us
say
whether
that.
there is a link
Deepti,
between
see,
Arun Pillai and K. Kavita? What is the link of K. Kavita with Indo spirits?
See, as I said, that is for the agencies who allege these connections to establish. I cannot right now sit with you on television and tell you this is their connection, this is not. Let the agencies come out with facts. Let them state that this is what has happened. Let the court take decisions on that. The other point, as I said, this is a larger issue. The matter
But then
is
you
not
can't
just
say it's
relegated to
political vendetta, no.
and just
That's
to
exactly
Telangana
what
and
I'm
just
saying,
to Delhi.
Karthik. You will have to wait. You will have to wait for the agencies to confront Arun with K. Kavita, to put out their side of the evidence, for the case to go to the court. Why are you
It
crying
eventually
political
will happen,
vendetta?
Deepti. I said that will eventually happen. But my point is, how come only the leaders of opposition seems to be the dirty people, and all the people who have joined the BJP somehow become saints? This is the problem. This is the tough question that all the BJP spokesperson or their supporters have to answer. You cannot hide from the obvious question.
No, you are deflecting, Karthik. I've made repeated attempts to ask you about K. Kavita. Now, Ratan Sharda, why is he deflecting that question? A lot of our viewers today are asking that why is today the BRS representative not wanting to talk about Arun Pillai, about Indo spirits? If everything is clean, Ratan Sharda, one can just say that these are my records. Please check, I've never met him.
Am I not Ratan Sharda?
With bribe. But no action has been taken
Ratan Sharda? Are you
against
Ratan
them.
Sharda? My dear friend, you are Ratan Sharda, please. Okay.
Hakim,
What I'm
I'm
saying,
going to come back to you.
they will
Yes.
obviously defend Kavita because she's daughter of their supremo, Mr. KCR. I am not surprised. My point is, can CBI ED make allegations like any political party or a media editor or anybody? No, they cannot, because they don't make allegations. They create some case. After creating the case, after creating enough evidence, they go and charge somebody and they ask him or her to come for investigation. Wasn't Kavita investigated earlier on? Manish, when he was
we know
not
how agencies are
charged
working
first time,
in the tenor of BJP.
when
BJP is running
Manish Sisodia was
agencies
not
and institutions
charged,
in India.
these people are gloating that there is no case against Manish Sisodia. Now today he is in jail. And if BJP very well knows that if they put up very light cases and
Sir,
people
we
go
know how
scot-free,
agencies are
it will
working in
rebound
your
on them.
government.
So BJP is not some one-day child who doesn't know that if they make very wild and unsubstantiated charges, or use CBI, ED like local policemen or havaldars, they know they will face the consequences. So BJP is smart enough not to do that, and hire the people who are arrested, got bail. Because once you come to the courts, it is not the BJP or the ED that decides. The bail is decided by the courts, and courts look at the question very objectively, and they decide whether the person gets the bail or not. So this breastbeating about they being innocent, there is no case against them, doesn't stand any kind of scrutiny. I would say this is typical example of opposition alliance which didn't take place in election, but it is taking place in financial frauds or financial corruption. So I compliment them. There is some alliance somewhere. It may not be for, I'm a lighter note, it may not be for the political, electoral battle. That will also happen because there are people who are now crowing about them, they're crying about them, the victim card has been played, and Mr. Manish Sisodia has been put, in additional custody, not by the police, not by the CBI. It is done by the courts. So either we respect courts or say courts are also in cahoots with BJP. That is something that I won't expect, I won't agree. It was similar to gold smuggling case when everybody ridiculed the gold smuggling case and the person closest to CM was involved. Today the finger is going up to Chief Minister. So no case can be filed unless there is some grain of truth. That is the point.
Yes. Yes, ultimately it's the court. And Hakeem, I know you want to come in, but I want to get in quickly, Manish, and then to Mr. Mecca and to Hakeem to complete their points. Manish, the BJP again and again has asked that question that ever since you've seen Prime Minister Modi taking charge, the agencies have been more active against the opposition parties. Now, is there a fair assessment, or the fact is that there are so many skeletons, Manish, in the opposition's cupboard that ultimately they are tumbling out? And the opposition right now has, like the Prime Minister said, is getting united by the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI, Manish. And how do you see this panning out in this huge election year?
Yeah, so actually I see it looking at 2024. There are two parties who have kind of announced their intention to be at the forefront in 2024. One is Aam Aadmi Party and the other is BRS. So, they are giving a chance. I would look at it that way. When the opposition parties say that, all the cases are against our leaders, my question to them is that why do you give a chance? Why are there so many corruption cases against you? And I think, finally elections are a war of perception. In the war of perception, I would say that many of the opposition parties, they have lost that battle. It's not that as if BJP has come clean out of it, but if I look at from the neutral perspective, I would say that a core group of BJP leaders whom people generally associate them with long-time BJP leaders, if you take any name, you'll not be able to find them in corruption cases. Yes, some of the imports and exports which have come here and there, which are done for real politics, which are done for winning elections, you will find those cases, or some of the exceptions would be there. But by and large, BJP has won that perception war, and it is continuing with that. And why not? It is their prerogative. When Congress party was there, these kind of ED and CBI raids were pretty regular on the opposition parties. And that's anyway the prerogative of the government. If you are going for corruption, you are going to really face the music. And that's what they are facing the music for. So they cannot shout. One of the points which I really do not like
Hakeem, how can that be the defense? See, the point is, if the agencies are proactive, they are cracking down on corruption, they are cracking down on such cases, you must laud the agencies. Why should you question them, Hakeem? But before you answer that question, I have to go to the Congress, because the Congress, I want to see where the Congress stands. 1 second, Mr. Hakeem, I'm going to come back to you. Shyam, apologies for having kept you waiting for so long, Shyam, but I want to understand from you today. We were speaking the other day when we also had an RJD representative. Now, the situation is really getting curiouser by the day for the opposition. I want to know today, are you going to be batting for the Aam Aadmi Party and the BRS today? Do you think this is victimization of the opposition? Or you think Kavita needs to prove her case?
Okay, Deepthi, I was silent, patient, and not interrupted anybody. I hope my co-panelists will return the courtesy. Okay, now coming to the point. I refuse to get into this bullfight and selling this narrative. The point here is, it's not about who is victimized, who is not victimized. what is a genuine case, what is a fuzzy case, right? That's the point. The point is the institutions, probe and investigative agencies are used to balance the political equations. That's the overall scenario in this country, and that's what we see. And based on these tactics, these guys tend to start bullfight kind of a narrative, and so that they occupy the mind space of the people of this country while diverting the attention of the people of this country from the real issues. That's what Congress Party is trying to bring forth through its various agencies, yatras, or our own participation in these debates, is bring the debate back onto the real issues. We refuse to take part in this bullfight kind of
But
scenario.
Shyam, are you saying, Shyam, that corruption is not an issue? I mean, you've seen what happened in the run-up to 2014.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Can I come in?
The fight is...
Yes, Manish, give me 30 seconds. I'm coming to you, Manish.
So,
Shyam, are you saying corruption is a non-issue? Parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, parties like the BRS do not have to account for corruption.
Corruption is not an issue.
You know,
what I'm saying is...
The representative of Congress Party is wrong.
The courage
I'll tell you why.
To stand by the Constitution of India and to stand by the decency and morals in the public life.
Okay.
When they
Shehzad, just give me 30 seconds. I want Manish to complete his point, then I'm coming to Shehzad. Manish first.
I think, you know,
Manish.
Preeti, property in public life is non-negotiable, and that is one of the pillars of public life. If you are not honest, then all the good deeds which you are doing, it will not count for anything. I think somehow a lot of political parties, and especially the opposition parties, they are not able to understand this.
I don't know what kind of a
people expect a very different kind of leadership. From now, the people of India look for cleanliness in governments. They are very high standard of governments, and people, the moment they look at is that their leader is not clear, not clean. I think increasingly number of these leaders are getting rejected, and one of the biggest problems which Congress Party itself faces is that the top leadership is under the tent, and the day they would understand is the day, I would say, even the Congress Party is going to change. They don't understand it. Somehow they keep defending the undefensible. The people of the country understand. And that is something which every political party has to understand.
Corrupt netas anymore. I think the politics
you let
in the
me
country
speak,
has
Dipti?
really changed, and like you said, it's a perception battle. It's a perception battle. Hakeem hasn't spoken, Shehzad, so with your permission, I'm just going to give him 30 seconds. I will come to you, Shehzad.
No, let me make a point here.
Hakeem, people do
BJP
not
just
like
wants to set a
corruption.
narrative for the nation.
कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी है. Hakeem, आपने बोला था कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी है. आप देखिए ना, आपके दोनों पूर्व मंत्री इस समय जेल में.
Now, can you give me 4 minutes? Can you give me 4 minutes? Can you give me 4 minutes? First of all,
I don't have that much time, but go ahead, please.
You know, Bharatiya Janata Party has been using agencies for their political gains. What is the conviction rate of these
raids? Don't talk about the BJP, talk about the AAP. You are defending the AAP, just in case you've forgotten.
Now, today, let me tell you.
How is the AAP still Khattar Imandar with two of your Purva Mantris right now behind bars?
You know, which is a blacklisted company, has been giving an exam conducting authority by the governor, which is backed up by Bharatiya Janata Party.
Sisodia, Hakeem, if you can.
Our daughters, our sons have been on the streets today.
Preeti, can I come in?
Let me answer.
Can I come in?
Let me question. My question is to Bharatiya Janata Party. Our kids, today is a Women's Day, and our daughters...
You didn't answer that question. I have to now go to Shehzad.
Isn't this a corruption?
Shehzad.
This is how BJP runs.
Shehzad, who's winning this perception battle?
This is what BJP stands for.
There are a lot of BJP netas, Shehzad, who are alluding that K. Kavita is going to be arrested next.
This is nothing. This is just frustration by
Shehzad.
BJP. Why aren't they...
I can answer if he stops having a hysterical breakdown on television.
Companies like Aptech to take place.
Mr. Hakeem, you finished your point, sir. Please listen to Shehzad now. Yes.
Why should I listen? I have been listening to them since 50 minutes.
I refuse to raise my voice at 9 p.m. at this time. I will speak in a decent, courteous manner on television. If that can't be allowed, I will not speak. Thank you. 3 points,
on, please,
starting
Shehzad.
with your point, but I hope you will allow me to make my 2 points which I wanted to make. As far as whether K. Kavita will be arrested or not arrested, that is not my party's business or job. It is the agency. They will decide on the basis of the proof they have, and they will take the investigation forward in the manner they think fit. But two important points. If this was a selective action, the Congress's Ajay Makan and Anil Chaudhary have welcomed the action on Satyendra Jain and on Manish Sisodia. So why is the Congress party calling this action absolutely perfect, if this is a waste of an issue? And secondly, Lalu Prasad Yadav was convicted by a court of law. Yet you have this entire ecosystem saying that he is the victim of vendetta politics. Did the court do vendetta politics 5 times over by convicting him? These are specific questions which nobody is answering.
Dipti, I want to come in
Okay,
here.
interesting. Shahzad has completed his point, but I have to give the last 10 seconds to Karthik. Karthik, what will happen tomorrow? Till now, the Enforcement Directorate has not said anything about K. Kavita, asking for another date. But tell me, is K. Kavita going to be appearing before the agency tomorrow or not? And will all of you protest? Will we see your Karyakartas on the streets protesting like we saw for the Aam Aadmi Party?
We are already protesting, BP. We are already protesting what's happening in the country. That's very evident. And what will happen tomorrow? Kavitaka has asked for another date because she has to attend another program or such. So it is, we don't know. It's for tomorrow to tell us what's going to happen. As Shahzad said, today, Lalu Prasad was questioned not for quarter scam. He was asked for land for job scam. That was completely different. They bought it out of the hat. Another point.
By the way, there are
so many scams. What to do? Karthik, what Shahzad is saying that there are so many scams of the opposition. So all of you will have to bear with it. We've completely run out of time. My producers tell me we need to wrap. But ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Will we see K. Kavita before the Enforcement Directorate or not? We do not know. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and your patience. We are heading into a quick break right now. On the other side, there is another big debate that my colleague Shavan is bringing for you. And we are putting our focus on India's big global outreach. Do not go anywhere.